Hey folks, Crazy Climber here again, and this time we're going to look at a game called Splat. Yeah, it's called Splat. It was created by Williams in 1982, and it's a very rare game. It's very amusing, but I don't think it's very well put together. But this was created by Williams in 1982, and there's a really low-res version of the marquee. Sorry about that, but that's all I could get. This was suggested by YouTube user PS Jedi 1, and this was available for Midway's Arcade's Greatest Hits, the Midway Collection 2 for the PlayStation. And I used to have that. I'm not a big fan of the game. It's kind of a mess, pun intended. But the goal of the game, of each level, is to try to survive until the time runs out. And there are food items that come off of this conveyor belt, and you can catch them. You don't have to catch them right in your hand, and you have an open left hand and right hand. They could just fall on your head, and they'll appear in one of your hands. And anytime you touch a piece of food that's falling and you already have food in your hands, it's not going to add. It's just going to disappear when it touches you. But there will be enemies you want to throw the food at. And if you get hit by a piece of food, you don't die, but your head will fly off. Yeah, your head will fly off. And you can't throw any food when your head is off. So you have to collect your head, like right there. And if you get hit again, you die. You can choose from 3 different characters to start with. There's Marc The Slob, Harry the Hood, and Tanya Tootsie. It's a weird game. There's other enemies that'll appear. There are also nerds that can get in the way, or you can shoot them for extra points. There will also be keys that are falling, and there are 4 doors. The keys will allow you to enter any door, and then you'll use it up, and you'll have to get another key. You can also throw the keys. You can throw anything that's falling off the conveyor belts. Later levels will have these globs that chase you, and you have to hit them twice. You touch them once, and you automatically die. Otherwise, you have to get hit twice. Once to make your head fly off, and then once to when you don't have your head attached to kill you. And there's the scoring list. Splatting the other character, and the other character will be the second player. If you play 2-player simultaneous play, will net you the most points if you can get them twice. Oh, sorry. I'll start with Marc The Slob instead. I'll show you what it's like to play as Tanya Tootsie and Harry the Hood later. But see, yeah, I'm catching these things off of the conveyor belt. And once you get a free hand, you can get more stuff. And if they throw it right, they throw an item right into an empty hand of yours, then you'll catch it. Now I've got to go back and catch my head. But see, you just have to survive long enough for the time to elapse. And even if you don't, the time will still keep ticking. And once it's out, you see at the top, in the middle of the conveyor belt, that's the time that's elapsing. Once it's out, then you go to the next level. There'll be other characters that will sometimes throw food at you. And that other character is more dangerous, I think, than the second player or the main opponent. Their shots are faster. Now we've got this corn on the cob that attacks you. There, I lost a life. When you lose a life, you can choose which of the 4 doors to emerge from. This is a double-joystick game. You move with one and you fire with the other. Yeah, this was very rare. Yeah, you get the most points for killing the other player. And there's that creature that I need to hit twice. The more creatures you hit, the faster the next one's gonna be. So if you keep killing these guys, they're gonna be too fast for you to keep away from you. See, he's following me quickly. He's gonna kill me. Yep. So don't be in a hurry to kill those guys. And now we have eggs. Here are the nerds. This is sort of a bonus stage here. Just hit as many as you can. They're kind of hard to hit. And they don't give you much points. Just 500. But there's nothing dangerous on that level, so it's a sort of a bonus stage. Oops. Let's go get that head back. What a weird game. Now you have banana peels that can make you slip. Now we go to level 7, food fight. I don't know that there's any new characters or new enemies or new wrinkles in the game after these levels. I think they just sort of repeat. Yeah, if you wait forever, then you'll eventually just be pushed out of a door. Kind of like a joust with the ostrich. If you just sit there forever, you'll eventually still emerge. Oops. Let's go get that head. But yeah, just stay alive long enough for the time meter to elapse. Although that's no way to get points. Still want to shoot the enemies with, or throw food at the enemies. But again, if they or you have an open hand and food is thrown right at it, it'll be caught. And again, you can throw keys, and you can use them in the other doors. But yeah, this is a weird one. I did have the... Oops, there goes my game. Oh well, I'm not a big fan of this. Yeah, I had that Midway's Greatest Hits, the Midway Collection Part 2, and by that point, I guess Midway had bought out Williams and owned the rights to all their games. But that was Splat by Williams in 1982. I'm not a big fan of it. It's kind of funny, but really not all that great, I don't think. But we'll have a look at a little gameplay of the other characters, Harry the Hood and Tanya Tootsie. Here's Harry the Hood. In the Midway Collection game that I had, that this was on, there was kind of a cool interview with one of the programmers of Splat. Because it came on a disc. It was for the PlayStation, so they could make that extra for the game. But he talked a little bit about making the game. It was kind of cool. But yeah, this was very rarely seen in the arcades. I had never seen it, never heard of it until it came out from the Williams arcade collection or whatever. Now let's look at Tanya Tootsie. And it tells you need a head to throw food, so don't forget that. Catch your head quickly and then resume trying to throw food at the enemies. You basically just do that for points, but mostly you try to survive until the time elapses, but you want to get points too, of course. And you can throw keys. Or use them to open the doors. Got my head knocked off and collected it again. Oh, and died. Well, that was Splat by Williams in 1982. Very strange game. Not all that great, I don't think, and very rare. This is Crazy Clown Radio saying thanks for watching Splat by Williams in 1982, suggested by YouTube user PS Jedi1. I'll catch you later with another video, folks. Have a good one. Bye-bye.